Welcome, friends, to VDay Your Way. I'm so excited you're here and hope you've brought your Galentine or whoever, or at the very least, chocolates or candy. I hope you're so distracted right now reading those little inspirational quotes on the inside of your Dove Heart chocolates or are laughing at the weird, yeah, they're kind of weird, no? Phrases in those chalky candy heart guys, or maybe you've got some interesting invention of the year, like a jelly bean heart, although I feel like I've totally seen those already. Anyway, all are welcome here, but I'm so glad you joined me, whether you're with your Galentines or you're by yourself or your partner. If you manage to drag them along, that's cool too. We are talking about the joys of singlehood tonight, but that doesn't mean you can't get something from this and find ways to encourage your single friends if you aren't single and are very much in the mingle, for example. But all right, let the party begin. Feel free to be whoever you are listening right now, but I'm going to talk directly to you, dear single friends. Singlehood is a blessing and a curse, as you know. I've been single for a little over a year, have dated, but haven't been in what I define as a relationship for over a year. And therefore, I know this topic intimately and maybe more intimately than any of us would like to know it. But I'm here to tell you that this is a gift in this time that no person in a relationship, has, and that you will see the rewards from when you are. But what you do with right now will determine how hard you have to work to make sure you are staying true to yourself and are able to reach for all your dreams and even know what those are when you are in a relationship. This time of singleness is so crucial for that. And that's not to say that you can't form new dreams and find out more about yourself and what you love and need in a relationship. And you will do all those things, but the better you know yourself now, the healthier the relationship, your future relationship is going to be from the get-go. So this time is precious, and I beg you not to waste it when there's so much you can do in this moment to prepare for the greatest relationship ever in the future. I'm also not going to discount, though, how much I often want to grab some Roku-looking remote and speed this time up. The lonely nights exist. The movie you want to see in the theater or the restaurant you want to visit, you can absolutely go alone or with your Galentine, hey. But I know deeply that longing to have someone next to you who is a romantic partner. Real quick, for those of you who are with your Galentines, and even for those who aren't, you can do this by texting them or sending them good vibes in this moment into the universe, or for praying for them, or whatever it is in this moment. But everyone, let's take a quick moment here of pure gratitude for the time you get to spend with your friends now because you are single. So feel that gratitude for the friends who will go to the movie with you, who will grab coffee with you, who will laugh with you, who will be your plus one, who will cry with you when you need it. So feel that gratitude for them right now and tell them how grateful you are. Quick text, don't get distracted though, and send them that gratitude along. Now, the reality is our priorities adjust when we're in a relationship with a partner. And I've watched time and time again, I'm sure you have too, as friends acquire partners. And I know I'm making it sound dreadfully like you can just go to the grocery store and select one alongside your candy hearts. But when your friends end up in relationships, their priorities shift, like yours will when you're in one. And raise your hand if you've ever suddenly gotten to spend less time with a close friend because they entered a relationship. Raise your hand again if you had friends who've suddenly disapparated. Harry Potter reference for you there. I reread the whole series every winter, I kid you not, since I've been in New York because it's sort of dark and depressing here during this time of year and I came from LA. Anyway, raise your hand if you've had friends who suddenly disapparated, aka are nowhere to be found, left without a trace, and you literally never see them anymore because they are in a new relationship. This is your time to have gratitude for all the many moments you get to spend with your close friends now without having to pencil them in around a sig oth. That's significant other, by the way, if you haven't hung out with me before. This is also your time to decide in advance how much time you will allot to your friends when you get into a relationship to maintain those non-romantic friends who are like family relationships. People who will stand beside you at your wedding, should you choose to have one, or get married in general, or do it traditionally if you do. Now is a wonderful time to strengthen those bonds with the friends you love. It may not seem like that big of a deal right now, but it's like when you leave high school or college or any school in general, you will generally never have that time like now when you get to spend as much time as you do with your friends as when you're single. So embrace it, treasure it as much as you can. This really is a special time that typically will never come again while you're in a relationship, unless your partner travels a lot or something like that. So enjoy it while it's here. Don't be the person who doesn't know what they've got till it's gone. Be the person who strengthens those relationships and those around you and uses this time of waiting wisely. Okay, one of my friends got a game recently called We're Not Really Strangers. And then I gifted the game to another friend because it was awesome. Have you heard of it? And if you're not familiar though, it's for friends to pull cards that ask each other questions to help you get to know the person or people you're playing with progressively better. Highly recommend. I love this game. We're going to play it in a way tonight in my own version. So you can play this alone. You can share the answers with your Galentines if they're beside you. You can take out your phone and write down the answers if there are a lot of you together right now, or you want to share when you're together later, or however you want to go about it. But I'm going to ask you some questions to help get you to know yourself and your Galentines, if they're with you, even better. These questions are specifically meant to help you think about how to best use this time of singlehood to your advantage so you have the best time possible when you jump into a relationship. Head over heels and we'll have something to ground you. I hope you can't hear my radiator right now. If you hear whistling, it's not tea I have going, it's a radiator, sorry. Although we will know the beginning of relationships are more like holding a big bouquet of heart-shaped balloons drifting into space while your friends hang on to you by your ankles, but you can't stop, won't stop. Anyway, let's play. Hopefully not with squealing in the background, but maybe, sorry. Question number 1. What is your favorite thing about yourself that you already enrich your friends' lives with? And someday someone will have the privilege in a relationship with you to experience that exact favorite quality of yours. If you're playing with others, you can also tell each other what you think theirs is. What's your favorite quality about yourself that has a positive impact on others? I'm going to give you a moment to reflect here. What's your favorite quality about yourself that has a positive impact on others? Okay, question number 2. We're going deep here. What quality do you feel like you want to strengthen within yourself as much as possible before you get into a relationship so that that relationship is healthier? Again, what quality do you want to strengthen now in yourself before you get into a relationship so that it's healthier? I'll give you a moment to process that one too. Question number 2.5, but we'll say question number 3 to make it easier. How can you practice strengthening that quality with your friends now, with your Galentines? Think about who you can learn from, who's super good at what you want to be good at, who possesses that quality, might be in the room with you, already in abundance, who will help you grow. Thank them first, then think again on that. How can you practice strengthening that quality you want to grow within yourself with your friends now to make for a healthier romantic relationship in the future? Okay, question number 4. You probs have a massive list here, but pick one, only one. What quality, what one quality that does not pertain to appearance, LOL, do you feel like you need in a partner in order for you to shine your brightest? There's a flip side too. I'll also ask what quality you need in a partner to grow the most as a person in yourself. And think of that friend again who has that positive quality you're trying to strengthen within you. And you can apply something like that to the partner you're looking for. Side chat here, but my sister married someone whose personality is pretty similar to mine in a lot of ways. And I'm convinced she loves me so much, she just wanted to marry me in the form of another person, of course, but it's a joke, but also serious. Like, there are positive qualities in our friends we can use as examples of qualities and personalities we get along with or help us shine or grow to look for in partners too. So that twofold question again to reflect on is, what quality do you need in a partner to help you shine your brightest? And what about a quality in them you'd like to see that will help you grow the most? I'll let you reflect here a moment. Okay, single friends, second to last question, number 5. What dream do you have in your heart, in your soul, buried deep inside, held tightly to your chest, where your heart of heart is beating? You get the idea. But what dream do you want to pursue that you're really excited for and need a partner to support? Now, this is not need as in you can't do it without them. This is they would need to support this dream and you having it, cheering you on to achieve it, not getting in your way, but helping propel you forward and toward it if they were to be in a relationship with you. What dream do you have that is so important to you that you want to pursue it now and in a relationship? They're going to have to be on board. What's that dream? Finally, last question. Number 6. How are you going to use this gift of singlehood? Don't roll your eyes. I'm serious. You can see me on this video, but I can't see you. Don't do it. Have another chocolate. How are you going to use this time being single and make the absolute most of it for yourself and your non-romantic relationships? Let's not squander this precious time we may never, and let's be real, we hope we may never have again. Do you want to chase that dream full force? Do you want to strengthen that quality that would help make a relationship even better once you enter it from the get-go? Do you want to spend a ton of time with your amazing friends, now being fulfilled and getting to know yourself more and being comfortable with who you are? And not only that, but celebrating who you are and enjoying your own company. By the way, when you enjoy your own company, you can experience time by yourself as an enrichment, and you won't take crap from nobody because you know who you are, and you will enter a relationship as a whole person, adding another whole person. It's been said that a healthy relationship doesn't take two halves to form a whole, but instead two whole people to form a healthy relationship where each person can contribute as fully and lovingly and as self-assuredly as they can, so they can help encourage that other person too. So how are you going to use this time of being single to the best of your ability? How are you going to not take it for granted? How are you going to do the work now to set your future relationship up for success? Take a moment to think about that now. All right, please take a moment after this to ask and share these questions and answers with each other, with your closest friends, and I'll include the questions in the show notes just in case you need to refer back to them. So taking some time to do this and know your answers will help you not take this time for granted and use it to the fullest and create the best relationship possible for when the time comes, which I know a lot of us are like, hopefully really soon, but your friends can help you make the most of this time. And I hope you'll open your heart to them too, because they love you and want the best for you. And these questions will help you make the most of your time single too. And I still highly recommend that game, We're Not Really Strangers. It's so fun and insightful. And bonus, there's a couples version for when you do find that special someone who isn't technically your other half, but your other whole. For those of you who don't have as many close friends or have formerly close friends who ended up in relationships that are now consuming all their time, let's say, maybe it's time to try and reconnect with anyone who you want to be connected with. Sometimes in the heat of the romantic moment, people forget they need their friends too, and may be relieved for some Galentine's time. Maybe you want to make some closer connections to people or nurture budding friendships. I also have a bestie, my best put, Kayla, who got on Bumble BFF and now goes to really fun things like out dancing and to festivals with friends she made on Bumble. Maybe that's a route you explore if you're in a new city or in need of expanding your friendship group wherever you are. It's so nice to stay close to friends when you're in a relationship too. And it really honestly can be harder to build those friendships or add new ones when you're in a relationship because you're pouring a lot into them. So now is the perfect time to establish that group of besties for yourself. For those of you who feel like they've been single for a long time and are long past ready to mingle and have been for years maybe, I'd love to ask you what you think genuinely is holding you back from having the love from someone else you want if that's what you do want right now. It's okay to do you. It's okay to not want a relationship right now, but if you do, what do you feel like might be holding you back? It's good to ask yourself. If you just went through a rough breakup and are ready to try again, but feel like there's baggage there or fear or anything else, A, totally understandable, but B, therapy really has helped me get through a terrible abandonment wound after a broken engagement in my early mid-20s. So it's good to know if you feel like you keep ending up with the same wrong person who you feel like the universe or Lord of the universe keeps sending you in different gorgeous forms, and you feel like there's some lesson you need to learn, but you're burnt out on situationships that repeat the same issues over and over again. A therapist can also really help with that and help you get through it. So if you, though, feel like you're undeserving of someone or like you want some circumstance to be different in your life, like when I was laid off a few months ago, I didn't feel like dating anyone, for example. You get to decide if you do want to change that circumstance first as a priority, or you want to find someone who will make the circumstance lighter and lighten that burden during that time and will love you for who you are regardless of your circumstances. So I honestly chose to wait until I was out of that circumstance for the most part, really when I was in the thick of it. And that's okay too. If you feel like you want to be X pounds lighter or know how to do your makeup better or have cuter outfits, friend, you are beautiful the way you are. This is where your friends are the greatest help. They can help with those insecurities that we all have, especially as women, about any appearance related thing we're fearing someone might turn us down because of. The right person will love you as you are and for all you want to be. This applies to your circumstances, your appearance, to everything. They will be your biggest cheerleader when you have a dream and will love you as you are today, as you pursue that dream tomorrow, and when you reach it. They will celebrate you in all the stages of who you are, and you don't need to settle for anything less. If you have a situationship that's driving you up a wall, maybe it's time to get another perspective from a friend, a therapist, from advice columns, from a come to Jesus moment, anything to evaluate if it's actually serving you. Some people like to move really slow, like molasses. Now, I use that phrase, but I've also confessed I've never seen molasses strip, but you know what I mean? You might like to take things slowly too, but if something's not going somewhere and you want it to, it's a good time to have a conversation and plan out what you want to say, maybe write it down, have a friend next to you while you say it or there to pick you up after that have lots of chocolate waiting for you with them. It turns out well either way. I'm the type of person who will ask men out, and sometimes that means I get rejected. So from people I really like sometimes too, but having the conversation and knowing how they feel, I promise, is so much better than not knowing or agonizing over it or suffering unnecessarily when you could be healing or meeting someone who is incredible. And maybe they'll just say they like to take it slow. You never know until you know. And to know, you got to have the convo. So lean on those amazing Galentines you have. Have them wait in the car. Be ready for a call after if it doesn't go as well as hoped. Have chocolate at the ready or whatever you love. If you're not sure where to find a partner, I've learned that it takes actual effort, much to my surprise, to find someone. I wish they'd drop out of the sky like raining men for me and all of us, and someone or whoever you want, and someone would walk up to me and be so charming, like in what I'd imagine a plotline from a Hallmark movie might look like. But unfortunately, meeting people through doing activities or joining groups or yes, through dating apps is what has worked best for me in the past. I also pay for the dating apps I filter, this is not an ad, and not waste my time when I have them. As I'm recording this, I don't have any dating apps live because I'm building a baby business and that's the priority right now. I'm married to my baby business. But when I do, I sound like the most interesting man in the world. I don't always use dating apps, but when I do, I pay to filter and not waste my time, or as much of it as I can. The point being, you may have to put in some work in order to find a good partner. If you're not sure what you want in a partner, please decide before you take a step further in this. My mom actually had great advice when I broke up with my late ex. I sound like I'm 80. Maybe at heart I am, but I truly believe I have like a Disney-loving 5-year-old in me. A bookworm 80-year-old inside, and an angry New Yorker who just wants everyone to keep it moving. Anyway, she said, get out your list or write one of all the things you want in someone so you can hold that person you're dating up next to it and make sure they're the one you want to pursue and to pursue you. I've also had many friends tell me that the list is more of like guidelines, Pirates of the Caribbean, and that maybe we pick a few non-negotiables, but we need to be somewhat flexible on the list. The essentials need to be there for sure, but we also need to maybe remove the not 6 but 8 abs we have written down on that list. Yep, so let's make sure you know the non-negotiables and go from there. Finally, if you don't know what you want out of life, take time to figure that out for you. Our partners can help guide us in those matters, and so can our friends. But ultimately, you get to make that decision, and your dreams are important. So much happiness comes in our lives from deciding what we want and working toward it and defining the success on your own terms and crushing it and being as you can be more and more every day. It's figuring out who you are and what you want and becoming more like your best self, which is the truest version of who you are. Your best self is your truest, youest self. It's so helpful if you use your time, if you use this gift of singleness to figure out what you want for you. Then someone else can help you get there and you'll know if they fit into that plan and you into theirs. So take that precious time you have now to figure it out. If nothing else, what is it that you want for your life? And don't settle for anything or anyone who wants less for you. The right person will want all the things you want for yourself for you and more, and will love and support you the whole way. Okay, let's close with my all-time favorite hack on how to do this well. This show is called Living Vicariously Through Yourself, hey? And I'm excited to tell you that you don't have to live vicariously through your friends who are in relationships or through romance novels or through Jane Austen movies that I admittedly watch incessantly, etc. You can still appreciate those things, but living vicariously through yourself means taking the time to figure out what you want and who you'll have to be and get to be and want to become to get that life, figuring out the steps it takes to get there and going Nike and just doing it. It's going after your dreams as that person who is the best version of yourself as much as you can today, doing things like they do, because when you do what your best self would do, you are becoming them. You are being your best self when you are doing the things they do. Logically, it tracks, right? You get to decide who that is, unimpeded by any romantic relationships to wonderfully distract you right now. So take full advantage. Eat all the chocolate you want without judgment, and then realize the right person for you won't judge you anyway for that. Spend all this precious time with your friends, with your Galentines, who can love you and fill any gap you feel in your life right now, relationship-wise, so that you have that filled and you can enjoy it and the love you have for yourself together. Lean on the faith you have too, and lean on the faith you have in yourself and that I have in you. You are meant to do incredible things, and you can start the wheels turning, and sometimes incredibly fast when you're single. So start now, see who joins you for the journey and the party to your dreams, and make that path even easier for you once they cross your path. They may just be a few steps away, but you gotta start walking to find out. All right, go enjoy more time with your Galentines and reflect on those questions and enjoy your gift of singleness while you have it. The more you intentionally use your singleness now, the better your future relationship will be. And if you want to take that journey with someone to guide you to figure it out, what your dreams are, and help you decide who you want to become in order to achieve them, and plan those steps forward to get there, and how to start going with a friend, I'd love to go on that journey with you too. And I have a free mini course that dives into that, and a full-length course that will walk you through step by step if you want that too. And I will hold your gorgeous hand in mine to get you there. I'll add the link in the show notes for those and would love to see you there too. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been such a true pleasure. You can find me and come hang out with me on social media on the gram at Julie Bethany or at juliebethany.com, and we can do this journey to your dreams together, and I'll be glad to be your Galentine forevermore. Happy Valentine's Day. You are worthy, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are the spice of life, my friend, and I can't wait to see all you do with your singleness and how incredibly it impacts your future relationship for the better. Go and make me proud, and most importantly, go and make yourself proud. I'll see you soon. P.S. Eat more chocolate, antioxidants. Okay, bye. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today on the podcast. If you want to learn more, find the show in its video format, or see more resources for encouragement in living your best life as the truest version of who you are, feel free to stop by juliebethany.com or come hang out with me on social media on Instagram at juliebethany. And feel free to pass this along to anyone who might benefit from the message today too, and share the love and show them their dreams are possible too. Have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hello.